future where Nigerian smallholder farmers not only survive, but truly thrive, feeding our nation and even reaching global markets. Here on the NAERLS Farm and Smart channel, we believe that future is within reach. I am Fatima Zahra Idris, and today we are incredibly excited to bring you an exclusive interview with one of the key architects of agricultural transformation across Africa. Joining us is Juliet Lampo, the country program lead for Agra, Nigeria, a seasoned international development expert with a rich background in non-profit leadership and a deep commitment to community and economic empowerment. In this conversation, we will unpack Agra's groundbreaking work, explore its impact here in Nigeria, and look ahead to what the future holds for our smallholder farmers as they confront critical challenges like climate change, food insecurity, and limited access to profitable markets. So stay with us, as you would not want to miss this powerful and timely discussion. Joining us today is Juliet Lampo, the country program lead for Agra, Nigeria, a seasoned international development expert with a rich background in non-profit leadership and a deep commitment to community and economic empowerment. You're highly welcome to our studio, ma.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to be starting with Agra's mission in Nigeria. As the country program lead for Agra, Nigeria, your role is pivotal, and we want to know what are the main priorities currently guiding Agra's efforts here in Nigeria, especially as they pertain to our hardworking smallholder farmers.
Thank you very much. So Agra, we are committed to an inclusive transformation of the agri-food system, where we put technologies in the hands, particularly of smallholder farmers, with a view to moving agriculture from a solitary struggle for survival to thriving businesses. Now, in Nigeria, we have a new strategy that we typically call Agra 3.0. Our headline goal is to support the resilience of smallholder farmers and SMEs through increased productivity, linkage to markets, and empowered states, so that states are able to make the right policies for development. Now, that is our headline goal. With that, we have 3 specific objectives, because then you need to deliver that through some objectives. So the first one is to actually strengthen the production systems of the target crops in which we work. We have value chains that we target based on national priority, based on the relevance for smallholder farmers and other priorities that we have as organizations. So the first thing is to strengthen the production systems of the target crops. That means that we are looking at the seed systems, making sure the right seeds are in the hands of farmers. We are looking at the extension system, making sure the right technologies are in the hands of farmers. And then we are also looking at how these get to the last mile. So that is talking about the production systems, strengthening this for the purposes of the smallholder farmer. We have another strategic objective that is focused on strengthening the SME sector and the markets that support smallholder farmers, the markets that link smallholder farmers from production to markets. That is the second objective. We could go into details of each of these objectives even as we go along. The third objective is strengthening state capability, both at the federal and the state levels, in the states in which we are. Of course, we're not operating in all states in Nigeria at the moment, but in the state in which we are, to making sure that states are able to make the right policies. They have the capacity to not just make policy, implement policy, coordinate, monitor, such that they're actually producing, like you rightly said, for the smallholder farmer.
Okay, thank you very much, Far, for the wonderful insights. Bringing the vision to life, we would also like to know, Agra is widely recognized for championing inclusive agricultural transformation and sustainable food systems. How is this ambitious vision being brought to life on the ground here in Nigeria? And what does it truly look like in practice for our farmers?
Thank you. So that's what we have been working on. So you would know that Agra has been in Nigeria since 2018, and so we have been around for a while with this agenda of inclusive transformation of the food systems. Now, our focus is the smallholder farmer. And so we put the farmer in the middle of everything, even as we design our programs. How does this look like for the farmer? The first thing is to get the right technology into the hands of the farmer. Now, productivity increase starts from the seed. So AGRA invests in the seed system. As a global strategy, we have business lines. So we have the seed system as a business line. We have sustainable farming as a business line. We have policy and state capability as a business line. And we have inclusive markets, trades, and finance as business line. Now, so for the sake of the smallholder farmer in reality and in practice, we invest in the seed system to make sure that access to good quality, high yielding seed varieties of climate smart and nutrient dense varieties are reaching the smallholder farmers. And in Nigeria, we are doing this. We are investing, for instance, supporting NASC, the National Agricultural Seed Council. We are investing in NASC. One, to support coordination activities. You need to coordinate the entire seed value chain from planning through to where the seed gets out. And if you don't do that, there is a lag that then affects access to seed. So you know here there is still relatively low level of adoption of quality certified seed, still, even in spite of all the work that has been done. So yes, we support NASC currently in the new strategy, supporting the capacity to coordinate and plan for production of seed from the early generation seed through to the entire up to certified seed. Again, we also supporting NASC with investment to support the use of seed codex, such that there is quality seed. A system that you use to actually ascertain the quality of seed. So the farmer goes there to buy the seed, they can scratch, so be sure that the quality of seed is right. So we are helping NASC to expand the seed codex, that we don't get seed on the market that is not certified, that is not the right quality. So that is at the national and planning level. You come down to actual companies. We are investing in seed companies to ensure that there is supply of early generation seed. Because if you don't have the early generation seed, you don't have the whole seed value chain working. From that, again, so we have some investment currently going on, at least 4 new seed companies. Indeed, we have invested in seed companies you will know about, Premier Seed here, Value Seed. We had invested in these companies over the years, and that has largely affected the access of seed, certified seed in the country. We are moving to other companies, investing for early generation seed. We are also moving beyond the early generation seed and also working with other seed companies to get certified seed into the hands of farmers. To actually augment access to seed, then we are taking the technology, good agronomic practices. Climate change is upon us. You need to have the right technology at the right time, so real-time access to context-specific information. We are working with other partners, investing in that to put that information available, digitize it, and make it available to farmers. We have been working with a system of getting to the last mile of getting this technology. So we have the CBA system, community-based advisors, that work as extension agents that are getting these technologies into the hands of farmers. Those are the things we are doing at the production level. We are also working with SMEs that provide a source of market to the smallholder farmers. So building the capacity of SMEs, expanding access to BDS, business development services, looking at alternative sources of finance. We all know about how little finance goes into the agricultural sector in spite of its importance. Less than 5% of financing goes into the sector. And I dare say that even that less than 5% is still even not going to areas that actually goes directly to smallholder farmers. So we are looking at alternative sources of funds to smallholder farmers and to SMEs. That aside, we are looking generally at the market models that can link farmers to these SMEs and other anchor firms. At the state capacity level, we are working with the state governments to strengthen policy making. Here in Kaduna State, for instance, we have an investment that is going on that is focused on policy making, policy implementation, and monitoring.
Thank you very much, Ma. I'm sure our farmers will be excited to bring this vision to life. We'll now move ahead for innovation for smallholder resilience. We know innovation is key to agricultural transformation, and we also know what this means for farmers. But what are the key agricultural innovations that AGRA is scaling right now to help Nigeria and smallholder farmers become more productive, resilient, and even better prepare them for future challenges like climate change, access to markets, and also food insecurity?
Thank you very much. Like you rightly said, we cannot develop the agricultural sector, the food system, without innovation. And so for us as AGRA, we say we work to put the right innovation into the hands of the smallholder farmer. And innovation starts, as I mentioned earlier, from the seed sector. So one of the key innovations I think we are scaling is to ensure that there is new, improved, climate-smart varieties of key crops in the value chains that we work in. For now, we are focusing on maize, rice, and soybean value chains. So the varieties that are high yielding, the varieties that are climate-smart, we are putting these into the hands of smallholder farmers through the interventions that we are doing, because without it, productivity will continue to be low. Another innovation that we are looking at is the technologies that have to do with production. Scaling out production activities, scaling out good agronomic activities that are in cognizance of the current climate change situation. I mean, there are things that we used to do previously that are now obsolete. We need to move from some of the seeds that we're using, but we also need to move from some of the practices that we have. So we are working to get current, or should I say, modern production practices that are into the hands of farmers. But again, we are leveraging technology in the sense that we are using digitalization, for instance, to make this information real time. We are using digitalization to make this information readily accessible to farmers. In production, in marketing, for instance, we were talking about access to markets. We are using access to digital technology and digital platforms to link smallholder farmers to the market so that there is easy access to information. One of the things that sometimes keeps smallholder farmers from accessing the market is lack of information or timely information. And so that visibility of the market, we're using digital technology to be able to get this into the market. And also finally, even in the area of policy making, we want there is a need to have, again, that real-time responsive policy implementation and monitoring. And so, again, whilst we make all the innovations available, we want the states, government, the ministries of agriculture to be able to get this information timely. So we are using, again, M&E systems that are depending on new technology to get information for policy making and decision making.
Okay, now we're going to be moving from subsistence to profitable markets. You bring deep expertise in market systems development, and which is also very essential for improving farmer livelihoods. But how exactly is AGRA helping smallholder farmers access more profitable markets and value chain, moving beyond subsistence farming?
Thank you. We say all roads lead to the market. Whilst the seed is a taproot, it all starts with the market. If you're not producing for a market, then you're producing subsistence, and it doesn't go anywhere. So what we do in our inclusive markets, finance and trade business line, which is again the second strategic objective for what we have in Nigeria, is to make sure that farmers are, one, producing for an end market. So working with the farmers, working with SMEs, ag SMEs, to provide that visibility of the market system, number one. There are three areas we look at when we are talking about the market system. One is to ensure that there is that enabling environment that can ensure the businesses, the SMEs thrive, and also be able to provide access to smallholder farmers. So Within the market system, I mean, there are things to talk about visibility, making price visibility. People know what is happening in the market. That is one of the areas that we work in for the smallholder farmers and for the SMEs. The second angle is looking at how we create linkages between the producers and the end market. So we have aggregation models, inclusive sourcing models that we have been developing and working and perfecting over the period. Some in other countries, here even in Nigeria. And so we take these models that we have developed and scale them out, making sure that the movement of produce from farmers to the end market is easier, is less expensive. So instead of, say, an SME having to go around so many places collecting produce, there is an aggregation model that works. There is an input financing model that would work for the farmer to get access to input, to be able to get the kind of the levels of productivity the market wants. It's important to note that if you do not have that right market, you will not be able to link up the right farmers. Meanwhile, you need the capacity of the SMEs. So another thing we do within our inclusive markets for the farmers, but through the SMEs, is to make sure they have the capacity, so the BDS that we provide for them, access to finance that we provide for them, because when they grow, then they have the room to source from the market. And so we are in there to strengthen the linkages. We are in there to make sure that the systems work better. You know, markets are systems. You need all the players, all the actors, all the rules that guide the market system. So we operate at the different levels. AGRA believes in partnership. And so depending on which partnerships that we can leverage, we do this to move it. And so even if it's infrastructure, AGRA doesn't invest in infrastructure, but would look for the right partnership to get the right infrastructure for the market system to work, ultimately for the smallholder farmer.
Thank you very much, Ma. And lastly, we're going to be diving into youths and women. Inclusivity, the future of agriculture. Empowering women and youths is essential, especially to building a sustainable agricultural future. Okay, how is AGRA specifically engaging and supporting these key groups to ensure they are active and they're also active drivers of transformation in Nigeria's agricultural sector?
Thank you for that rather key area that you've just touched on. We know that youth unemployment, it's a huge struggle in Africa, in Nigeria. And one of the key areas that has widely been acknowledged as one of the greatest potential for creating job opportunity for young people is agriculture. But for that to happen, you need that sector to expand. Now, AGRA believes in system-level intervention and spanning systems to create opportunities. And in our current strategy, youth and women are middle and center for all that we do. Our investments focus on creating opportunities for young women, and so youth and young women. That is why, as an organizational level, global level, we have a partnership, for instance, with the MasterCard Foundation that is called YEFAM, Youth Entrepreneurship for Future of Agri-Food Systems. Now, this program focuses on unlocking job opportunities, indeed dignified and fulfilling work opportunities for young people, especially young women. We are running this as an organization across all AGRA countries, and very soon we're going to be rolling that out in Nigeria. We want to work within the agri-food system to ensure that we are creating work opportunities for young people, especially the young women. And we are doing this either as on-farm work opportunities that might arise, agri-services, where there is a lot of opportunities. When we're working in partnership with the universities, getting young people into various agri-entrepreneurial activities, such that we are creating not just temporary works, not just projectized works, but dignified and fulfilling work opportunities for young people, especially young women. That is the center and the core of what we are doing in AGRA now, expanding the agri-food system for work opportunities for young people, especially young women.
Thank you very much to the country program lead for AGRA for that insightful and very educative interview. I'm sure our farmers and stakeholders and even the policymakers have learned one or two things. I would like to thank the country lead for AGRA. Thank you very much for coming to our studio, Ma.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure being in the studio with you.
Okay. To our subscribers, don't forget to like, share, and also encourage others to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I am Fatima Zara Idris. See you same time next week.